Let's bring in Gene Marks, CEO of the Marks Group and a small business expert. Gene, welcome.
Hi, Mike.
So a trade deal announced with Vietnam. Let's look at some of the key parts of the proposal, according to the White House. Selling $8 billion in Boeing jets to the Vietnamese, $2.9 billion in U.S. agriculture imports, work out the rules of origin for goods, but there is no timetable for a final agreement. How do you assess that deal, Gene?
Well, the no timetable part that you mentioned is the one that's just most concerning. And honestly, Mike, it concerns all of us, not just as consumers, but also as businesses, because of the the uncertainty around this. But I think it's good news. And I am confident, Mike, that over the next few months, we are going to see plenty of these trade deals finally come and be finalized, not only with the EC, but also with Mexico, Canada, and Japan. The theme, what you need to be watching and paying close attention to, is what Trump is doing about China. Because even the Vietnam trade deal that you just mentioned, it has specific restrictions on materials that are coming in from China. And that's just going to be the start of the tactics that he's using to try and make sure that the Chinese are seeing competition from the U.S. And we're just going down that road right now.
We know the president set a July 9th timetable for some of these trade deals, so we'll see if we get some announcements in the coming days. But potentially, could a Vietnam deal help isolate China?
Yeah, it will. I mean, the nature of the deal is this: there's a 20% tariff on goods coming in from Vietnam. But if it's proved to be that the materials were sourced from China, that tariff goes up to 40%. And Mike, I see this a lot among my clients, and in community businesses. They're trying to skirt around these tariff things. So if they're buying from China, what they do instead is they say, okay, we won't buy directly from China. We'll get somebody in Vietnam or Malaysia or another country to buy the goods from China from us, and then we'll just buy it from them, so we can skirt around the Chinese tariffs. Right. And I always shake my head when I hear that, because the government isn't stupid. The people that are running tariff policy knows what some of these games are, and this is a perfect example of that. And we're going to see more of that. I think we're going to see in the EC deal as well, the Japan deal, even with Mexico and Canada, which some of this is already in place. They're going to be penalized if you're buying goods that are sourced from China. Particularly if they're a major part of the materials in those goods, you're going to be paying more tariffs. And the Chinese issue, Mike, is just Trump back in 2018 and 2019 really went after them with higher tariffs and a lot of other restrictions. He really didn't succeed in doing much, and then COVID got in the way. And my opinion, my view of it is he's taking a different angle here. And he's saying, we want to really throttle China's supply chain and really penalize countries that are buying from China and then turning around and selling it to the U.S. And believe me, China is already complaining. They already see the issue.
Gene Marks, great to see you. Thanks for your analysis today.
Mike, thank you so much. Have a good 4th.